We're out here with Holger Rune. What are you ranked now? Top 8, 9?
No,
Where you at?
I was 9, but now I'm 11, so this sucks a little bit. I'll get back, yeah.
Is that something you think about when you're going throughout your years being a top 10 player?
No, even more. I'm trying to always seek for more, and every day trying to get better on the ranking. But I think like the ranking is just a part of the progress you make during the year. So I don't look too much at that. I more look at how I feel, how the improvement is.
Do you remember the first ever podcast you and I did, like 2020 maybe?
Yeah, dude, I remember you. I remember, of course.
I think you were 125 in the world.
Yeah.
I asked you what your goals were for that upcoming season. You were like, I want 3 titles and I want to be top 25. And it was like 4 months into the season of 2020 or 2021, and all those goals were crossed off.
Yeah.
I was like, man, he got to it quick right there.
Yeah. No, I think it was, I don't know, I remember 2022, I went inside top 10, but I mean, as a tennis player, you feel like everything is going slow, but actually when you look at it, it's going very fast, and here I am, but that was definitely a good moment, and especially, just winning those tournaments that year and just going through the ranking is just a nice feeling.
One thing you've done well since you got on tour is connected with fans and kind of shown people what life is like with Holger off the court. Is that something that you have fun doing off the court, or is it more of like a chore?
No, for sure. I enjoy it because, I'm so young that I remember when I was young also and how much it meant, when players did something for the younger kids or something. And I try to give back as much as I can. Obviously it's about winning, it's about all of this, but, the fans are playing a big part of our tennis. And, as more fans, there's more interest there in tennis in general. So I think those, all the fans, all the people that are interested are so important for our sport.
When you were coming on tour, you were seen as like one of the next up-and-coming faces of our sport.
Yeah.
Did that add pressure to you, or did you kind of embrace that and like being one of the faces of our sport at such a young age?
I embrace it. Of course it comes with pressure, but it's a part of it. I feel like, since I was super young, I always put pressure on myself because that's a character I am in a way. I want to win. I want to do crazy things and stuff. So, I try to cope with it as good as possible. But yeah, sometimes you feel it. It's normal, I think.
You're starting to come into your own. You can tell this Cincinnati, where I'm from. You started to find some of your best tennis. I watched you. You played against you took out Mickelson, and then you had. Who'd you play for Mickelson?
Tiafoe.
Tiafoe. Yeah. How do you feel like your game is at this point in the season right now?
It's good, and especially the way me and my team are working is very good, very intense, very detailed on small things. So we're trying to put brick by brick into each other and trying to. This is the most important tournament that's left in this year, so trying to give the last push and see if I can get it.
Any one part of your game that you've been focused on more than others this year?
My footwork, actually, especially the last couple of weeks, to be in better position to get more quality and less mistake on the shot. I have an amazing footwork, but sometimes I'm too lazy, so I need to step up my footwork.
You got plenty of sleep and rest, so you should be good to go.
Exactly.
You've always embraced the big matchups. What do you learn when you played someone like Novak, who you've taken out before in a big match?
No, you learn a lot. I mean, especially before the matches, you have so many, I call it like birds in the stomach, flying around. You're so excited. And then once you get on the court, it's just nice because you have to fight with whatever you have inside you. It's if you don't do that, you're going to lose for sure. And even if you do that, you might lose as well. So, but that's the only chance to win. And I have this, I think, great belief in myself that I can beat anyone on any day, on any surface. So that helps me a lot to believe the impossible, which there's nothing is possible. So.
Last question. If I was to assess your game, I would describe your game as an offensive player with a lot of variety and ability to you have your plan A is offense, but when you go to plan B or C, you can do counterpunch or you can play defense.
Yeah.
Is that an accurate assessment of your game?
It is, and I find all aspects of the game pretty fun to play. It's fun. I mean, my favorite is to play aggressive, but I also like sometimes just to grind. Like just to be dirty, just slice and fucking run, high topspin and stuff. I think you need all of these parts in the game, and then you need to know when to use them.
I've watched you practice a ton, so I've watched you do Djokovic's game. I've watched you do the hands work and kind of working in the short court. Do you feel like that helps you in your matches where you're doing the drop shot, little cat and mouse points?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it is something you need to practice, but also, if you have this natural variety in your game, you're also going to do it when you play normal sets. You're going to, mix in the drop shot. There is, these games will appear. Like today I trained with Musetti. We had a lot of fun rallies like this. So honestly, it's something you learn from a young age. If you like coming to the net, if you really force yourself to train it, I think that's so important because, so many coaches and players, they forget this part of the game.
All right, the real last question. Give me one player on tour that you think's underrated.
Underrated.
I know who my pick is, and he just had a breakout year. Last week he broke out. Terrence Altman.
Yeah, Terrence Altman is a good one. Actually, he's unreal. I was when Jack Draper was like 15, 12, no. When Jack was like 50 in the world, which was quite recently, I thought he was so underrated, but now he stepped up. But I was like, this guy should be top 10. And now he is. So
he kind of went through what you did. Like the physicality got to him a little bit. He was cramping a lot, and now he's just, physically fit again.
Yeah, now he's a beast, and we train a lot. We played a lot of matches, and it's really nice to challenge against him.
Awesome. Yeah. Appreciate the time.
Thank you, man.
Good luck.
Thank you, man.
Ball out, bro.